Alright, gun grabbers, you can stop now. You've pretty much already gotten your way multiple times, and yet you still want more, and you don't even realize what you already have. What anti-gunners and gun grabbers and gun control advocates, all those people, don't realize is that assault rifles are already extremely rare to come by in civilian hands. At least if they're law-abiding, like most of us gun owners are. So why is that? Well, it's pretty simple. The Hughes Amendment was passed in 1986, making it pretty much impossible for any law-abiding citizen to own or purchase anything that shoots full auto that was made after 1986. And thus that sort of skyrocketed the price of any full auto firearms and made it to where that very few people could actually have new machine guns that were made after 1986. So, in that, assault rifles, actual assault rifles, are technically relatively banned. Even though they're not like outright banned, they're still extremely rare. If you are a civilian, then most likely you will never own an actual assault rifle. This is my M16A4 from Palmetto State Armory. It is, well, I say M16A4, but it's an AR-15 at its core. This is not an assault rifle. This does not shoot full auto. It has two modes. There's safe, which you can't pull a trigger at all. And then there's fire. That is only semi-auto. Can't move it to the third position back here, which is either full auto or burst on a normal M16, thus making this not an assault rifle. At its core, the definition of an assault rifle is something that is chambered in an intermediate cartridge, be it like 5.56, 223, 7.62x39, 5.45x39, and of course earlier cartridges like the 8mm Herkurs round and so on and so forth. So, most of the time AR-15s are not assault rifles. Also, the term assault weapon is a made-up term and it's not real. It was made, I believe, in the Clinton administration during the assault weapons ban that really didn't have much of an effect. So I'm not sure why people are calling for more assault weapons bans. But, yeah. Now on the topic of background checks and whatnot. Background checks are already a thing. Like, background checks have not been not a thing since, like, I think the 90s? I don't know, I'll put some on screen right now when 4473s were put into effect. But basically what a 4473 is, every time you purchase a gun from an actual dealer, they basically have you fill out a little computer thing or piece of paper to where basically it gets submitted to the FBI, and maybe a couple minutes later, if the FBI approves, then you have yourself a gun. That's pretty much the standard for any time you're purchasing a gun. So we already have background checks, and I don't know what you want more from us. When I purchased this, I went through a background check. I filled out the 4473. When I was 17, I got my first rifle. It was a Schmidt-Rubin 1911, and technically my mom bought it. She had to go through a background check. She filled out the 4473, and yeah. So all this mumbo jumbo about we need background checks, we need all this and the red flag laws and whatnot. We already have background checks, and still most gun owners do not trust the red flag laws. If you don't know how it works, just look it up, because this isn't necessarily a video about that stuff, because there's already a lot of info out there. But I'm just trying to put this as clearly as I can. Gun grabbers, anti-gunners, gun control advocates, you've already gotten your way. So actually do research and see that you already have what you want. And stop coming after us law-abiding citizens and law-abiding gun owners for something that some mentally ill freak did that you heard about on the news. Now, my personal opinion on how we can solve a lot of these gun violence issues and mass shootings and whatnot is, and I'm surprised this hasn't been really passed by any kind of law yet, at least not that I know of. I think we should start putting armed guards in places like schools, concerts, malls, heck, even churches if they want. Because I honestly think that's a fair compromise. It doesn't infringe on our Second Amendment, and it protects innocent lives whenever something like that does happen. It is both a great deterrent, and if something goes down, well then there's already an officer on scene, or maybe not an officer, maybe like just a regular guard who's maybe like a veteran or something who already has that combat experience, and they can deal with the situation quickly and soundly to where either no one gets hurt or a very few people get hurt. And I don't know why people haven't really thought of this yet. Well, there's been people who have thought of it, of course, but it seems like no lawmakers are putting this into law, and it's very frustrating for everyone. Us gun owners, even you gun control advocates, anti-gunners, and I'm sure it's aggravating to some politicians, and yet for whatever reason they haven't passed a law saying that schools must have some kind of armed guard. And that's already kind of a thing in some schools. I went to 2 schools that I know of that had a school resource officer. Lebanon High School here in Lebanon, Ohio. They have their own school resource officer, maybe 2 or so. And Warren County Career Center, which is where the shirt came from, I think they had like 2 or 3 at all times. I don't know. But what I'm seeing in a lot of these tragic mass shootings and whatnot is I bet you a lot of those schools, a lot of those places did not have that kind of security. And yet politicians do have that kind of security. People carrying stuff like this, or maybe a handgun, around them at all times. It'll be fine. But yeah. That's just my opinion on it, and if you disagree, gladly just go to the comments and voice your opinions. So yeah, gun grabbers, please just give us a break. You've already kind of gotten your way a lot, and it's getting annoying that you guys don't see that you have what you want already. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe if you're not already. For whatever reason, YouTube is either removing subscribers or just going on mass bot deletions, and it's kind of aggravating because I'm actually losing more subscribers than I'm gaining right now. So yeah, go ahead and like the video, share it, and subscribe to my channel. And yeah, Jesus loves you guys. Fight for your Second Amendment right. Have a good day.